Welcome back to Wives on the Island. I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Jessica. And today we're going to catch up. Then we're going to discuss juggling two or more children. And then we'll wrap up with our pop culture topic. So, Alyssa, how have you been? How's your week been?
My week has been insane. Honestly, this is probably the worst week I've had in a while. It's just a lot. As you know, I had a big day yesterday. It was my son's first day of school. And I don't want to say more importantly, I guess just more of a bigger deal was I had my daughter's first day of her oral immunotherapy for her pistachio and cashew allergy. So we were there for 4 hours at the doctor's office, and it was kind of insane. And I kind of told you this already. Not a great experience. Not because of like my daughter and the way she reacted, just like the staff there was like not the best, and it's just a lot of information. But long story short, she handled it well. She didn't have any like allergic reactions. She had a little bit of like itchiness on her belly, but there were like no hives or anything like that. So it was good. But then now for the next 6 to 9 months, I have to give her a powder in like an applesauce or a yogurt every single day at the exact same time. And the caveat is she needs to do no physical activity for 2 hours. No running, no jumping, no like nothing that can increase like blood flow. And she has to be awake for like 2 hours too. And she's starting preschool, so I'm not going to send her to school after giving it to her. Obviously, 'cause she'll be doing physical activity. And even if I like time it right, it's like, what if she has a delayed reaction? So I'm like spiraling. And I'm like, when the hell do I give her this medicine?
When she comes home. Like on the way home.
She goes to sleep.
Do it.
She goes to sleep. She goes to nap. So yeah. So I put her down for a nap. And she wakes up around like 3:30-ish, and it has to be on a full stomach too. So I gave her...
That's a lot of work.
I know. It's so stressful. I mentioned last week that, I joined a mom's club, and I'm so thankful that one of the moms I know, her daughter has an allergy to peanuts, and I reached out to her because I was like, hey, do you have another allergist? Because the staff is so rude, I can't take it anymore. And she's like, yeah, I go to the same place. And I'm like, wonderful, because it's the only like allergist in the area. So whatever. I am dealing with it, but her daughter also does this therapy, so I asked her a lot of questions. She gave me a lot of guidance through it, and she's like, we do it right after dinner because then we just like have a chill night. And it kind of sucks because my husband and I like to go do our go out to dinner or something, and we'll take the kids, and we might not be able to do that as often as we would like now because we need to monitor her, and like what if she has a reaction. Granted, like she just takes the same amount of medicine every single day for 2 weeks until we go back into the doctor and they like up the dose. So the up dosing is done in the doctor's office, like monitored by them. So she should be good when she's home, but you never know. So it's just like a lot of work. And I gave her first dose today, and I was panicked. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, sit down, don't move, don't run, don't jump. I'm like freaking out. And then my husband comes home and I'm like, don't play around with her. Don't push her around, does it? And her and my son are playing a game, and then she got mad. I was like, don't make her upset. And I was like, don't make her cry. I'm just like so paranoid.
She can't get her blood out. She can't get her blood out.
I know. I'm just so scared to use the EpiPen. Like, they even like send a trainer to like, you like take the top off and it like walks, there's a speaker in it, walks you through how to do it. Yeah, but I'm like still terrified. Like I don't want to do it to my kid. So what an experience. And like I said, my son's first day of school was yesterday too, and he had a good day. I'll be honest. Good. At night I went over to him and I was like, I didn't really get to see you today. How was your day? He's like, yeah, I know you spent all day with my daughter. And I was like, okay.
Sorry.
I was like, that made me feel absolutely horrible. So wonderful, but it's gonna be a really long process. We even had to cancel her swim classes because she can't do physical activity, and she was doing swim at 4:30 at night on Tuesdays. So we had to cancel that. Thankfully, they were like really good. They're gonna like just finish out the month with us doing private lessons in the morning on Fridays. So I'm like, oh, thank God, because I already paid for the month. They honestly could have been like, no, you paid, like, tough luck, yeah, like SOL. But luckily, they're really nice, and my son is still at the swim place, so we figured it out. But yeah, it's just been a stressful week, And I told you earlier, my son's birthday party is next weekend, which was not planned to be. We had just a change of events. So I'm like in back to school and birthday party mode right now. How about you?
Nothing, one of my children started school. So she
Yes.
started on Monday. She drove to school her first day. And then, so I don't know, like the way that their high school works is like you have to get into a lotto to get a parking spot, like in, I guess, what would be considered the junior lot. And she didn't have her license when it was time to sign up. So we didn't, you know what I mean? It didn't cross my mind to put her in the lotto. So they used to park at this Mormon church lot for free. When my older daughter went there for her junior year, she parked there the whole time, and we got in the senior lotto lot. So my youngest daughter was like, I'll just park in the Mormon lot. Well, they closed it. They're not allowed to park there anymore. And then they could park at this church, but they have to pay for the parking there. So I was like, well, where did you park? She goes, I parked at the church. And I was like, yeah, but you don't have parking permit. You didn't pay anything. She's like, yeah, that's fine. So she's been taking the bus to school since the first day. Because you get towed.
You can get
and
towed.
I was like, yeah. And I was like, no, how much is the parking pass? $10? You're going to get $3.50 to be towed or something. I was like, absolutely not. So she was a little bit disappointed. So she's working with her counselor to figure out how to get at the church lot so she could pay for a permit.
Gotcha. Oh
so
my
that's
God.
pretty much that's been it. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the last 2 episodes I was in a tank top because my air conditioner went out, and it is now, as you can see, I'm back in my long sleeve, so it has been fixed.
It's so funny.
We ended up having to get a new air conditioner.
New one.
Okay, the one thing that people don't tell you is owning a house is expensive. Like, you buy it, but then owning it is expensive. The air conditioner would go out like once a year, right? And we would just get it fixed with our home warranty. And they were like, this is the original house, the original unit for the house. You guys need to get it. At some point are going to need to get it redone. So when we were told that the piece that we needed was going to take 2 to 3 weeks because it's so old that they had to find it and then it was back ordered, I was like, if it's not this year, it'll be next year. So let's just do it. So
you don't want to put a Band-Aid over it.
And that's what we kept doing. And it's just like, now it's, at some point it's going to break. We're going to need to do it. So let's just do it. We got it done. So now I have a new air conditioner and it's great. My room is freezing, which, I'm cold all the time. So I don't love. I'm trying to figure out.
But you do.
I do
feel like
love.
you do.
I do. It's very weird. It's so embarrassing to tell people because it's weird. But I like being cold because I like being under the covers. Like, I have to be under the covers. But I honestly like to sweat when I sleep. Like, I sweat and I like to be hot. Like, I want to be hot when I sleep. So it's very weird. But, and my kids are like, that is gross.
That is true, too. You just like to be, like, hot in general. I
do.
feel like, because, like, I love, like, an 80-degree weather, and you're like, give me the 90s. And I'm like, no. 80s.
I don't like the humidity.
90.
I don't like the humidity, but I like the heat. Like, I am a fan of, like, everybody at work is like, oh, I can't wait until it's, like, 70 degrees. And I was like, ew, keep it 90 and just take the humidity away, and I will be, we will be good to go. So that's my thing. I like to be hot all the time because I'm freezing. And I don't know if your husband's ever told you this, but our office is like the Arctic. And it's freezing all the time. He probably doesn't complain because every time I see him, he's in long sleeves. So I try to be cute and wear dresses and pretty outfits to the office, and I'm freezing. I have a blanket. I have a jacket. I'm like, if I could wear a hat and gloves, I would. That's how cold I am at all times.
Yeah.
So I just hate it. And the women around me, I love my women in my department, but they're all like, we're all at like certain parts of like menopause, perimenopause. So some of them have hot flashes. So they're like, shut up, Jessica. Don't say anything about it being cold. And I was like, I'll just suffer in silence with my 3 blankets. So it's hard. But so we got that fixed, and that's pretty much been the excitement of my life. It's so sad. That's so sad that's exciting. Yeah. The other thing is, because we had the air conditioner people, I worked from home on Wednesday. Friday is my work from home day. Yeah. But I worked from home yesterday. And so it throws off everything, and I don't realize how a creature of habit I am. So like usually on Fridays I do my Sam's pickup at like 7 to 8. So I'm like the first person there. I grab my groceries and then I go, and then I hit the grocery store and I pick up everything that I can't get at Sam's. So I couldn't do that on Wednesday because Wednesdays are like, for me, super busy, a lot of meetings. So I was literally in meetings all day. And I had to go pick up my Sam's order today. And what a shit show it is in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this is the worst. I'm so happy I do it at 7 o'clock. It took forever to get there because it's traffic, and our Sam's Club is by the mall. So it's like, you know, all that congestion and stuff. It was the worst, Alyssa. So
yeah,
that was pretty much my week. Nothing exciting, but throwing off my day.
Yeah. Oh my God, I forgot to tell you. And I wasn't even sure if I wanted to share this on the podcast, but and I forgot to tell you in general. So yesterday, like I said, I had a busy morning. My doctor's appointment was 8 a.m. in Alpharetta, and I had to bring all this stuff with me, like toys, because we were going to be there for 4 hours. And I opened the car door, and my center console was open, and I was like, my stupid husband, how do you not close this? Because he took the car out the night before to go to the store. And I was like, seriously? So I just closed it, and he was helping me get her in the car. And then, and when you start the car, it kind of tells you what doors are open. The passenger side door was open. And I was like, why did he even open the door? But I was like, no questions. I was like, we got to go. We're running late here. And then I leave. I go to the doctor's office, and he calls me. He's like, did you rummage through my car? We're pretty sure somebody... Granted, we did not lock the car, but somebody went through our cars, and our cameras didn't pick them up, and it's just so, I feel so violated. But I'm and then you know how do you have Ring, or
I have a Nest, but yeah.
Okay, so there's an app though, for, oh no, I don't even think it was Ring. I think what it may be the Neighborhood or the Neighbor app or whatever. My husband and I have accounts on there.
Nextdoor.
Yes, Nextdoor. I couldn't think of it. It's Nextdoor. And it was a bunch of people are going, a bunch of cars are getting vandalized or broken into or something. Granted, I don't think they're actually being broken into. I think they're just going around. It's probably young kids just going around to see what doors are unlocked.
Are open. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I was just I felt it was so disappointing because we live in such a safe neighborhood, and.
But if it's kids, that happens in a lot of neighborhoods. It's usually the kids that are the vandals. They're not really doing anything that's going to hurt you. But I always, my husband gets mad because I leave my doors unlocked all the time. But I'm going to be honest, I'd rather them open my door than break my window.
That's what my husband said. He's honestly, I would rather leave it unlocked so they don't. It's not like we have anything valuable.
Right.
My husband did have his gun in the glove compartment. They did not take it. But he's if they did, that's a really big crime. You can go to jail for that, for stealing a firearm.
He had a firearm.
He does. Yes.
It's very southern of him.
Too. Well, yeah, he, wants to be safe. And I'm like, all right. And I've gone to the shooting range once.
That's what I told my husband I want to do the shooting range. I want to go.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit afraid that it'll backfire at me. That's my biggest fear, is it'll backfire.
It can. So, I don't
want to shoot myself. I feel
honestly, that's literally one of my biggest fears. I get very overwhelmed in that environment. And then too, when I'm at, I said, I've only gone to the shooting range once down here. I used to go with when I was a little younger with my dad, because he's all into that. He hunts and stuff. But we have, I think it's called a 22, and I'm shooting it. And I'm really good. My aim's on point. I'm yes, if somebody breaks into this house, I got us. And my husband's okay, that's not gonna kill anybody though. And I said, what? I said, this, if I need to kill somebody, not that I ever plan on to, I don't want that experience ever on my heart. But I was if somebody is trying to kill me and I need to stop them, this will not
the 22 will stop them. They're not gonna
keep
it'll
coming
stop
at
them.
You
know what I mean?
I know, but what?
It's not gonna. It just won't kill them.
Okay, but what if I shoot them and they're still there, and then they shoot me? Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, that's my point. I'm what if they're still it's not enough to get them to stop? That's scary.
Yeah.
I really hope I'm never in that situation, and I don't ever want to kill somebody. Like, even like to defend myself, I don't want that experience under my belt. But yeah, my husband was like, no, if they were to steal that, that's like a major, major crime. So like,
definitely.
probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, just like super disappointing, really unfortunate. Like I said, nothing was taken, thankfully, but like just not something I wanted to deal with. And I was like really taken aback. Like I said, all those, I saw the glove compartment, I saw the door open, and it never even crossed my mind that somebody went in my car.
Somebody went in,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can't believe I
They didn't
tell you
take
that.
anything. But yeah, no, I'm happy that, nothing was taken and it wasn't,
Yeah.
it was just some kids rummaging through, seeing if you had anything.
Yeah.
Wow. I still can't get over the fact that you have guns. That's like so shocking to me. I don't know why. It just is.
We have a safe. We're safe.
I'm sure. I know.
Yeah.
I
No, I'm
believe
just
you
putting it out
100%.
there.
Yeah.
No.
I believe you 100%.
Just putting it out there to the...
I told my husband wanted a gun, and I was like, absolutely not. I heard about those stories where, like, parents shot their kids because they thought they were breaking in, but they were sneaking out and sneaking back in, and that's my biggest fear. That's my biggest fear. Because my dad heard every noise ever, and I'm sure I would have been shot like 5 times. If it was my dad, so...
oh my gosh.
So and I don't know, guns scare me, but I love it. My husband and I have been talking about it now that the girls are older and they're, living their life. It might be something that we get in the house, but I'm
yeah, I mean, I am afraid. I feel safe if like something were to happen. My husband is here to do it,
right.
But like I'm afraid if like something were to happen and I'm alone and like I'm put in charge of it, just like just a panic, like will I do it the right way? But I guess like if I really think about it, and it's like what's more important, like me being afraid or like protecting my kids. So I really hope that if the time, God forbid,
you
it
would
never
protect
does.
your kids, your
like
instincts.
That
kick in,
instinct.
you'll do that.
Yeah.
You will
terrifying.
Yeah, it is a scary thing to think about. But yeah.
All right, let's move on because I don't want to think about that anymore. It's
on
upsetting.
That note, we're going to talk about juggling 2 or more children. So as we both know, both of us only have 2 children, and juggling them is hard. I mean, you just literally just talked about how your son was like, oh, because you spent the whole day with your daughter. Yeah, so, us having 2 kids, it's a lot to juggle still, but for people who have like 3 or more, I'm sure it's hard. And I know for me, my kids are older now, so I don't really have to juggle as much because they both can get around and do what they need to do, and they don't really need us. But where you are,
you've gone through that whole experience though of it, like the full, I guess when do you have to stop? Like, when they get their license is when you stop like having to worry about both schedules.
Yes.
Right?
Well, so I mean, right
like,
now.
Like, when was the moment for you where you're like, okay, I only have to really worry about one person's like whereabouts and what they got to do?
So it was really when my younger one decided not to do sports. So like when she wasn't doing it, then I only had one child that was doing stuff, and so that was easy. But I remember with like my mom. With my brother, she was juggling both of us, and my brother was a gifted athlete, I would call him, and he did swim team, and he would do it in the morning and the afternoon, so she would like carpool, like so that she didn't have to worry about, like, she had her day, her time, and I remember her being like, this is so much easier than when we would all have to go, like me and her, and she would have to drop off my brother on some days, and then on another day I was at the pool, and so it was just a lot of, I mean, they're always like, she was always like, I just felt like I spent my whole life in the...
Yeah, I'm sure. And I think that's the biggest thing is because, like, when you are trying to juggle, from our experience, 2 kids, but there obviously are people that have more, it is the drop-off at school schedules. It's the pickup at school schedules. It's the activities afterwards or in the morning, like you said, with your brother with swim. But there's swim classes, there's soccer, there's gymnastics, there's any other sport that your kids are playing and that they possibly overlap or you just can't do some. And then you have doctor's appointments, you have your appointments, there's everything that you have to like put into your schedule, and it's like, how do I do this? And yes, I mentioned that my son was like, I feel like you didn't even get to talk to me because I was doing things with my daughter yesterday. But I feel like for me, the way, I mean, obviously I would love to be more organized and like productive, but I'm just like so tired at the end of the day of like worrying about everything. But I feel like being a stay-at-home mom definitely is like an advantage to that. Now, was your mom a stay-at-home mom?
So she became a stay-at-home mom when I went into high school. So for my brother, she was home. And that's why she was like early mornings and she was able to do. And then the afternoon, and then the parents who worked kind of did like the pickup. So my mom would drop off and then they would do the pickups.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I think that it is easier for a stay-at-home mom, but I also think that the downside of that is when you have, and I don't know that this happened with my mom, but I would just assume, because I know like when I was a stay-at-home mom and we lived in New Jersey and my kids were in all the sports like soccer, t-ball, all of that stuff, some of the moms would be like, oh, you could just go with Miss Jessica, or you could just go with the other friend that I had that was a stay-at-home mom. And it was kind of like, because they're stay-at-home, they just assumed that we would just take all of the children, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't mind doing it because I was home, and I know I knew it was hard for moms who are working to do that, but it's like, can't always, just because they're a stay-at-home mom doesn't mean that they're there for you to, they're there for you to trek your child around, because you want your child and stuff too. But then again, looking at it now as like a working mom, and when my daughter was doing soccer, it was a struggle to get her to the soccer field, you know what I mean? Like after work, because, just in general, traffic sucks. So it's like you have to fight traffic to go pick them up from wherever their after school thing is. And then, or even at the house, if you have a babysitter like that watches them at the house, and then get them to the field. Or even if your babysitter takes them to the field, you still have to pick them up at the field. And you know what I mean? Like you still have to be there. So it's super hard to try to do things like when you are a working mom. And then, like I said, the burden sometimes that gets put on stay-at-home moms, because people are like, oh, they're my friend and they work from home, so it should be easy for them to grab all the kids,
Yeah, so not only are you responsible for your own kids then, but then you're responsible for other people's kids, which is not really what you signed up for.
Because you have snacks in your car for your kids, but now you have to pack an extra snack for their, and like I said, it's not that it's a burden, but it just becomes a little bit harder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I could definitely see that. I'm curious to see how like things will go. I mean, with us as the kids get older. But yeah, it's just, I'm finding it hard even, take away all of the sports activity school, like having that one-on-one time with each kid to make them feel like you're being paid attention to, you're being like heard and seen by me, and I'm listening to you without having the distraction of the sibling. And every once in a while, I will do it with my son. Obviously, I'm with my daughter all the time, so like we get our one-on-one time. But sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna take my son, and I tell my husband like, you'll take our daughter, so you have like that time with her that you don't get all the time, and then my son will come with me. And I feel like I need to do that like sooner than later too, just to get an extra day in with him, because it's just with everything going on, I just feel like he's getting put on the back burner because he can take care of himself. And I do feel bad. I feel like maybe, did you feel like that with your oldest? Like, did she, because she was more self-sufficient, did she get it like put on the back burner for a little bit? And especially the way our oldest are, cool, calm, and collective. And then you got the second one that's a maniac that needs the attention, that wants the attention.
Right. I was gonna say my older one. She was definitely like the one I liked to take out and do stuff with because of how calm, cool, and collect she was. But she did get pushed to the side a lot because I had to focus on the other one. And it's not even like a positive that I was positively focusing on her little sister. It was just damage control because she was constantly in stuff and doing stuff, and it's like following around being like, no, you can't do that, no, you can't do that. It is, you have to make a cognizant effort of spending time with each of them separately. So I would do like, especially when my older one got into school, we would do like, when she was younger, we did like a sticker chart. So if like you did good in school, and some of the times the teachers do like they give you like colors for a week. Like if you were good, you get green. If you had some rough times, you were yellow. And then if you were bad. So if she had like a lot of greens or something, we would do something like we would go get our toes done, or we would, so like just kind of to not only to just go and do one-on-one time, but to reinforce like doing well in school and getting good grades. You know what I mean? Like it was,
Yeah.
sometimes it was, okay, if you did your chores, and we had like a little chore list, and if you did your chores, you got like, I think it was like, we put 25 cents in like some holder, and like when she would get, I think like $1, we would take her out somewhere, and we would do something that was more than $1, but her getting that dollar
Yeah.
was, you know, or it was like 5 cents for this chore and 10 cents for this. And so whenever they did it, so it was kind of stuff like that. Like we reinforced it, but we still had one-on-one time. But we would definitely do it like you said you and your husband do, where they take one, you take the other, and then you kind of swap and do something with the other kid. But
Yeah.
when my youngest daughter was young, there wasn't a lot that she was coming out with us to do because she was rough. But we did stuff with her in the house, or we, you know what I mean, or we took her to a play place where she can get out all of the all of her
energy
and stuff. So
yeah,
you know, I think that, you know, I think it's trying to make, but it's so hard. It's like you have so much stuff going on. Like I know you said like take out sports and all that stuff, but it's like your reality is your day has
sports and all those things,
all of that stuff. Like you can't just be like, no, we're not doing that today.
Yeah. And you know, speaking of husbands too, it's like I feel like that plays a major part. Like having a really helpful husband makes juggling, you know, 2 or more kids really helpful. Because if I need my husband to like be somewhere for me, because I just can't be in 2 places at once. Like for example, like my son has speech therapy on Mondays, but I can't bring my daughter there unless I just drop him off. And at least for the first couple weeks, I want to see what's going on. I want to be there with him. But she goes to sleep at the time he's supposed to go to speech therapy. So he's moved his work from home day to Mondays instead of Fridays. And like, yeah, that really sucks for him because like who wants to be in the office on a Friday when nobody's there? You know, it's just like, it's not ideal. And he did that because like, you know, his kids come first and he knows what he has to do, and that's super helpful for me.
Right.
So you just make things work, because I don't know anybody personally, but I bet there are husbands out there that are like, I can't do it. Like,
there's a lot
you
of
figure
husbands
it
out there that are like that.
Yeah. So, and I'm sure that they are. So like, I'm super grateful that I have a partner who is not like that, but I don't even want to say doesn't want to. There are people who cannot
physically
do that.
Cannot,
yes, who cannot do that with their jobs. And I'm grateful that he can. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, obviously some people just aren't some people don't work at the companies that are they don't treat their
flexible
employees well.
They're not flexible with their work-life balance. But the other thing is like, I look at it as like, my husband is extremely hands-on. He's always been hands-on. He's the reason that my children are the way that they are. Because he is super hands-on. However, there was like a 4 to 5 year time. It could have been shorter. It felt like 4 to 5 years in my eyes, but it could have been like 3 or 4. But that he traveled. So he just, he like physically was not here to help. And, you know, we eventually got help. You know what I mean? Like we had a babysitter and stuff like that, and who came in, but that was hard. Like, literally just going to pick up the kids, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, at the time, you know, the work that we did was not flexible all the time. You know what I mean? Like, we worked on the phones for a little while. And it's like, when you work on the phones, there's no flexibility to be like, I'm so sorry, I have to leave 5 minutes early so that I could beat traffic and get my kids. So when you have jobs that are demanding with your time, it's hard. And then your husband is, you know, 40 states away, you know, having fun and doing, you know, it's not
alone
fun,
time.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, gets to stay at a hotel and, you know, watch TV and eat
comped dinner.
Yeah, you know, while you're like, oh my God, it's going to cost me $20 because I'm going to be 15 minutes late, and you know,
it is hard, and I really don't know how the moms who have 3 or more, whether, you know, you are a stay-at-home mom, you have a helping husband, if you have 3 or more kids, like, bless, because that's like, I love the idea of having 3 kids, but I don't have any family here, and I physically cannot do it. I physically like cannot have another child because I cannot be stretched out stretch mark wise and also like with my time. I cannot do that to my body or like me. Yeah, no. It's just and I hate that because I would love a third, but I can't.
Yeah, it's a lot. I don't know how people with 3 kids. I mean, we have friends that have 3 children, and I see them, and I'm like, wow, I'm tired already. Just looking at your life, I'm tired already, and I'm like, I don't know how you do it. And I feel like the friends that we have are the ones that we see that have 3 children. The dads are all very hands-on. I don't know many people who don't have hands-on fathers. I think it's funny to see, because I do know some of the dads, like, maybe weren't as hands-on, like, when they were babies. But
sometimes it's just not their thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like, as they grow, you see them be, like, these great fathers. So I feel like we see that, and so I know that the moms are getting help and stuff like that. Yeah. But it's still, I like you said, I don't know how they do it. I have an aunt who has 5 children. I don't know how she did it. I don't know how she did it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
I would assume family, too.
Yes.
Family is very helpful.
She did live next to my grandparents and her husband's family, so they did have that support system. So it might be easier when you have a support system.
Yeah.
Because, like, I even look at, my brother and sister-in-law only have 1 child. When they need help, the grandparents are there. You know what I mean? Yeah. I didn't have that luxury. I had that luxury until my youngest was 2, and then we moved, and then I didn't have family around me. And if I needed help, my mom would come, but we lived 11 hours away. So it's not like it was, hey, I need you for the next week, and she could just pop on by and help me, you know?
Yeah.
Because she has her own life, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the other thing. So it's hard. I don't know how they do it because, like I said, it was a struggle with 2. And you'll see. And there were times where, like, we would do the drop-off pickup. Like, I would be at one place, and then my husband would drop off one and grab the other one and then take the other one home while I was, you know, because, like, we would do swim lessons and stuff like that. And it's a lot. And it's so time-consuming that you don't feel like... I remember there would be weekends where I'd be like, God, I'm so happy I made it to Kroger. You know what I mean? Like, this whole weekend was a blur, and like I could feed my family because that's all you're getting out of me is Kroger. I might do laundry in the middle of the week because I'm so tired, you know.
Honestly, doing grocery shopping, like ordering online, delivery, what a lifesaver that has been. And it's so crazy because, like, to me, I was not until recently, like within this past year, I never did like a Target pickup. I never ordered from Publix or Sam's Club or any of those. Amazon was like my only thing.
Right.
Girl, doing a Sam's Club pickup is like a game changer. And then also when I really need it, and I physically cannot, I don't have time to go even pick up my order, the delivery, I pay the extra $15. I just do it. And it is so nice. I had Monday morning, I had them drop off the food. They dropped it off at 7:30 a.m.
That's awesome.
So I just woke up, picked it up, put it all away, and I was like good to go. And that was like, I had a lot going on that Monday because Mondays are very busy for me. And Sundays, and this is like my theory against like Sam's Club, I feel like they don't have a lot of things in stock on the weekends. Like to do whether you're doing delivery or even pickup, they'll just say it's out of stock, and it's like, yes. I know it's not.
And I was gonna say, I went one time. We had the list, and I wanted a rotisserie chicken. So I said, well, I'm just gonna go in. I was like, I'll just go in and like just look at the list, and I'll remove everything so I get my rotisserie chicken. And they told me that they were out of Greek yogurt on the list. There was like 45 of them.
Yeah.
In the thing, and I'm like, it says out of stock. And I
wonder if they just do inventory and they're like, okay, we know this is going to sell this weekend, so we're not going to put it in our pickup or delivery availability.
Our theory was they're like, well, we're done with COVID, so you guys can come back in the store and we don't have to, if you really want it, you'll come in the store.
But just for Greek yogurt?
I know. That's what I was like. I mean, it was, it was weird. I was like, because I was like, I was like, look, I showed my daughter, I was like, look, it says out of stock. And I was like, look, there's like 40
and here. It is.
Yeah. And she was like, ooh, but there's nothing they're going to do.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, yeah, that's a downfall. But those things, I feel like really the like cheat sheet of I don't even know if cheat sheet's the right word, but that's what I'm going to go with for the lack of my knowledge of another word that would fit in this situation. The cheat sheet of like juggling 2 or more kids is either being a stay-at-home mom, whether it's part-time or full-time, having a hands-on partner, getting a babysitter / au pair, family, and delivery and pickup for grocery shopping. I swear.
Yes, I agree.
On that.
I agree. Especially, like I said, I mean, I don't know why it took us. I mean, I know that there were people who were getting their groceries delivered before COVID, but that was nothing I ever did. I was like, especially because I love to grocery shop.
Yeah.
Like, grocery shopping is my thing. Like, when I had one child, I used to get up at like 6:45 and go to the grocery store and just meander down the back and see what I wanted. And I would go like every day. My husband was like, I need you to shop for the week. Like, stop going every day for like the 3 items you need for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
And I was like, but it was like my happy place. I like the music that they play. You know what I mean? Like, I just like it. But now I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jessica's dream date is going to Publix and going down the aisles.
Just back and forth while the music is playing. And yeah. But yeah, no, it's just, you know, like I said, I can't be bothered because now it's time consuming and you don't have time. I'm hoping that now that my children are older, I can start getting back into like the flow of not needing anything big, you know.
Agreed. Yeah, but it's tough, and shout out to the moms that have 3 or more, because that's like, at least, and you've always said this, at least with 2 you have man-on-man defense.
Yes.
You know, with the 3 or more, you're outnumbered. So blessed to those those parents that have 3 or more kids.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now let's wrap it up. Let's talk some pop culture.
Yes, so sad news. And it's kind of crazy because Chicks in the Office I saw posted earlier today. I guess Kelly Clarkson made an announcement that she's postponing her Vegas residency because the father of her child has fallen ill. And then
yes, she posted that on, I think it was like Thursday or Friday of last week.
Was it?
Yeah, it was very like she canceled. Maybe it was Saturday morning, but it was like a couple days ago. It wasn't like today.
Oh, I thought it was today.
No, because people were complaining about the fact that she like canceled her residency, and they're like, "What am I gonna do about my tickets and stuff like that?" So
gotcha. But the news came out today that he did pass away at 48, and you saw that it was from cancer, actually, correct?
And they said he'd been battling cancer for 3 years.
Wow.
So
that's crazy. So they got divorced within these past 3 years, and it was not a good divorce. He was like taking her for everything she had. He wanted like spousal support and alimony, every kind of support for him.
He was her manager, so then he wanted
Yes.
that. He wanted like a cut of her money. Then he wanted I guess they had a ranch in Montana or some kind of house in Montana, and he wanted that. So yeah, it was really bad. It was a really bad divorce. I remember her talking about it on her show, because the other thing was, it had to be bad because she took, I don't know if you know this, but like at the beginning of the year, it was either the beginning of this year or the end of last year, she had taken a lot of time off her show, and people were like complaining about it. Like, why is she even, she was doing it for her children. Like their children, I mean, her children's dad was going through cancer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she was trying to be there, and that's what she put on her announcement when she was canceling her residency. She said, you know, their father has fallen ill, and I need to be there to support my children. So they must have known, like, the end was coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you have a 9-year-old and an 11-year-old. That's a massive trauma in their life.
Yeah.
And, you know, good for her for taking the time off and, you know, being there. I didn't realize that he had older children and he was a grandfather.
That's news to me.
Yeah. I
breaking news right here to me. No, I did not know that. He's 48 and he has I guess my dad's, you know, same age basically, and also grandfather, but
yeah, but I think they said he just recently had a grandchild. So I don't know, like in the like last maybe 1 or 2 years, but that's what they said. They said he had older children, and then they had children. And then another thing, I mean, I knew this a while ago, but his stepmom was Reba McEntire.
Oh my God, Jess, you're like blowing my mind right now. No, I did not know that.
I'm a Reba fan. I love me some Reba. So
yeah, I do love her too. You would be a Reba
I
fan.
do. I love her. But yeah, so she was his stepmom,
Wow.
and she got divorced from his father as well.
Wow. Yeah, it's really sad. It's all. I feel like it's just so sad that what we have heard about him in the past few years was so negative because of the divorce with Kelly Clarkson, and it's just like, I don't want to like obviously talk ill of the dead, but like for being like greedy like that. When, I really hope he thanked her, for always being there. I'm sure he did for his kids, but like it also is like a really probably hard pill to swallow for Kelly because she's probably like, I have to do this because one, this is like the
Right.
father of my children. And like two, I did love this man at one point in my life, but it also must be so hard to be like, you have caused us so much stress.
Right.
When it didn't have to be that way. And granted, we don't know what she might have had played a part on this, but like in my eyes, Kelly Clarkson could do no wrong.
Can do no wrong.
So yeah,
She's wonderful.
so it's just like so sad and it's unfortunate like end of events here. And I really hope that like she, now with this news, granted, people like the public needs to give celebrities grace. Like they don't have to
Right.
put it all out there. Like obviously. And we know Kelly Clarkson, I
Right.
feel like we all know her. She's been around for so long. She's not going to be like, I don't want to do my Vegas residency, like for no reason.
Right.
Like she's not that type
kind
of,
of
she's not a
person.
diva.
No.
Yeah, she's not a diva. So like give her some grace. Like obviously she'll have a good reason if she's going to cancel this. Like she doesn't need to be putting it all out there. I mean, she did, which she didn't have to. And now just knowing this, I hope that, she has times with her kids and they get the therapy or, whatever they
Help
need
that
to
they
do
need, yep.
to deal with this trauma because it's so traumatic. I could not imagine, like, one, losing my father in general, never mind at
Right.
that age.
Right.
So it's just super, super sad.
And prayers go out to her and her family. Yeah, because there was some ugly stuff written on like the comments and stuff, and even like when they said he died, there were some ugly comments, and I'm like, dude, somebody died. Like
I saw
we
that.
can be ugly. I feel like we can be ugly. I mean, everybody has. I mean, they could be ugly whenever they want to be ugly, but it's like, did we learn nothing from some people who are like going through and suffering? And even thinking back to like when the guy that played Black Panther died, Chadwick Boseman, remember? And then he did like some video right before he passed away, and he looked like he was super skinny, and like his clothes were kind of like too big for him, and people were like, "What's wrong with him? He's on drugs." Blah, blah. I mean, just I mean, the man was going through cancer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what people are going through, so stop talking. Like, if
Look at Kate Middleton, remember?
yes,
Granted, we were like,
I'm okay. Yes, you're right. I'm gonna be nice. It's not gonna be ugly time. I don't think that she had cancer. I know she did.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't think she did. I don't think
you don't think that was the full story?
I don't think that was the story at all. I mean, maybe she had like a tumor of some sort that was benign, but I
Malignant.
don't think is that what it is? Malignant?
It's
Whatever.
malignant is the bad one,
Yeah.
but
I
is
think
good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think it was like benign. I think she had surgery
Gotcha.
because maybe she had like fibroids or something, and they made it like.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not, but if she
Sold
did
on
have
that
cancer,
one.
yeah, I'm not sold on that. People are gonna think I'm a bitch. Okay, but yeah, we don't know what people are going through, and then I'm being mean. So if she really did have cancer and she was going through it, I did pray that everything was good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't ever want to see people pass away. I want people to get through cancer and like heal and be there for their children, because like I said, and like we talked about, like, you have children, that's such a trauma. Even watching
Yeah.
your parent go through cancer is probably extremely traumatic, but then
Yeah,
to
whether
lose
you're an
them is
adult.
just- right,
Yeah.
or a child. So it's like, just give, like you said, give people grace and stop judging what they do. People have to, whether they're celebrities or not, they have to take care of their family, and their family should come first, not us as their
Absolutely.
fans. You know what I mean? Like,
Correct.
it's so
Agreed.
silly. It's crazy.
Yeah. So prayers go out to Kelly Clarkson and her children and, all the family that's affected by this loss. And then the next one was the release for Wednesday came out, which I believe, what platform is it on? Is it Hulu?
It's Netflix, and it came
it's
out
Netflix?
so it came out on Wednesday. I haven't watched it yet. I'll probably watch it this week.
Did you watch the first season?
I did, and I didn't want to. Like, it's not anything like I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch, but my kids were watching it I think we went, I don't remember, we were traveling and it was like raining. So the kids were like, well, can we watch something? And so they put on Wednesday. And it was actually cute. Like
I
it's
watched it too, and I actually
cute,
really
yeah.
liked it. Yeah, it's cute.
So I
I
want to
liked
see.
it.
I do want to see it. But did you see Jenna Ortega on the red carpet? So can I
Yeah.
first tell you I didn't know it was her. Like as I was
Really?
scrolling through, and then they like circled back and they were like, oh, Jenna Ortega's dress, and I was like, oh, I didn't see her dress, so I like went back. I was like, what the? I didn't recognize her. I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know if she lost weight or if she had like the buccal. I don't know what it's called.
Buccal? I don't know 100%
Buccal
AL.
fat, which so it is like all of the thing that makes your
The jowls.
yeah, but it also I don't know. She was like so cute. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
she is.
she's like this cute little girl, and maybe that's what she wants to not be anymore. But she got
Yeah.
it. It looks like she might have gotten it removed, but she looked scary to me, and I was
I think it's the eyebrows. And I think
Yes.
this for anybody, whether you're walking a red carpet at like Paris Fashion Week, if you
need
got
to have
eyebrows
eyebrows.
like that, scary. That's
Yeah.
like some Halloween shit. Like, no.
Can I tell you what it reminded me of? It reminded me of, and I don't know if you'll remember this because I know you were born in the '90s, but like the heroin chic, like Kate Moss, like look of
Yeah.
like being super skinny and scary and like
And eyebrows so thin that they look
So
like they're
thin.
not even there. Like Pamela
and, like,
Anderson
just-
kind of eyebrows.
yeah, and all pale and like
Yeah.
sickly. Like that's what it reminded me of, and I was like, okay, well maybe that's the comeback that's happening, and
It
heroin
is, I
chic
feel
is coming
like.
back. But I don't know. I was kind of disappointed because I like her so much, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, I would have liked more of like a black dress, but like maybe that she's like been there, done that, and she wanted to do something different, or like
Yeah.
maybe she just her stylist had a different vision and they wanted to do something. And you know, when you're like doing something like that, you kind of just put all your trust in
Yep.
your stylist. So yeah, I mean, definitely not my favorite look from her, but I do think she's so cute.
She
You
is.
know who she kind of reminds me of? Her Jen Affleck
Yes,
from
I
Secret
could see
Life of
that.
Mormon Wives, right?
I could see that.
Like they
yeah.
kind of have like the same facial structure, I feel like. Speaking of Jen Affleck, whatever, from Secret Life of Mormon Wives, she posted a TikTok that
About her
she did
hair.
something with her hair.
But,
yeah, and
but we haven't seen it yet. And I was
No,
like,
we
we're
have
just
not
looking at
seen it.
everybody's reaction. And I was like, ma'am, please turn the camera around so we can see what your hair looks like. I think she cut it off. And I don't think she cut it off. I think she took out her extensions. Like, I honestly, because they all wear extensions.
yes,
I bet
except
you
Whitney.
it's probably like, yeah, I know, I love Whitney. It's probably like right here. You know what I mean? Like, she probably cut it to like her shoulders or something. And she's
You
not
don't
wearing
think she
extensions.
dyed it? Her mom said like you look like a totally different person.
Maybe
too.
she did
So
dye
I'm
it.
like, maybe she
it's dark.
dyed it. Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I assume that she has dark brown hair. That blonde
That's
is
what-
dyed. I'm assuming that because her mom they're Hispanic. Very,
Yeah.
very little Hispanics are that blonde. I know there are
Yeah.
blonde Hispanics. I'm not saying that there aren't.
Yeah, of
but
course.
that her blonde is not, no. I'm pretty sure she's a brunette or has dark hair and she gets it lightened. But, so if she went back to her natural, because I know she said she did it for Dancing with the Stars.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just so curious though.
I
Yeah,
know.
She still hasn't.
I saw it yesterday and I was like, oh, well, what does it look like? But she hasn't posted
I
it yet.
know. No, she hasn't posted. And I will say, like, actually, I'm looking at this TikTok video of her now, and it's from 2022, and she has very dark hair, and she kind of definitely looks so different. I don't know if you could see it, like,
Yeah, a little bit. I could see, yeah.
you know, just like if you saw that, you wouldn't be like, yeah, that's Jen Affleck.
Right.
Meanwhile, you
So
know,
maybe she
you know
went
what she looks
back.
like. Maybe she went back, or maybe she went like she dyed her hair like maybe a red or a black,
I'm not
something
gonna
like
lie.
that.
I want to try a cherry cola hair, like the chocolate.
That would look
cherry
good on you.
hair. I want to try it. I think that's gonna be my next color that I do.
I think
but I
that'll
think
look
I want
good
to go
on
to
you.
a salon and get it done. Not
Of
like
course,
my
yeah,
box.
yeah.
Not my box.
Yeah.
But I don't
Yes. Last thing, because I cannot believe this is like a thing. So I was on Instagram today and I'm just scrolling. And you know how like Instagram suggests other pages to you and you just like see
Yes.
these people's posts and it's like suggested for you. Tell me why Instagram gave me a post from Paul Walker's Instagram saying happy birthday to one of his Fast and Furious co-stars. And I'm like, what? Like, I get it if you are keeping his page as like a memorial kind of place, but like, do not be wishing people happy. I don't care if it's like to anybody. Do not be wishing anybody happy birthday via him when he's no longer here. I just thought it was like the weirdest
It freaked
thing.
you out.
Yes. I was like, who's running this page? And then I went to his page and it doesn't even say like ran by like his daughter, ran by his brother, ran by a parents, like ran by an agent.
No, I think it's fans. I think it's fans.
No, it was his verified account. Verified Paul Walker. I'm telling you, it was insane. Let me just double check before I just like spew out these lies. But like, I'm pretty sure it was his verified page, Paul Walker. Yes. July 12th, sending love and happy birthday wishes to Michelle Rodriguez from his verified page. And it doesn't even say anything about him past. You follow him? Outdoorsman. Yes. On your personal.
I was a Paul Walker fan, so.
This is definitely his account, right? Yeah, it's like, this is outdoorsman, ocean addict, adrenaline junkie, and I do some acting on the side. Oh, it does say Paul Walker run by team Paul Walker. But nonetheless, it's just like, okay, we know who's running it, but like, it's just kind of like a weird thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I think that they also would say happy birthday to his daughter on there.
I'm okay with the daughter thing. I'm okay with the daughter thing. I don't know, like, I just feel like it's just like a little odd. Like, it just caught me off guard, I guess. Like, I was like, why is Paul Walker like posting like it was, I was so freaked out, and then I went to the page and I was like, no, this is like actually him, and it's not very obvious who runs it. It doesn't say it, like,
right.
I don't know. Weird. I think maybe we should stop doing that. Like, it was weird.
No more of that.
Yeah, it was odd. So, but that's all I got. Do you have any plans this weekend?
No.
No.
Oh, yes, we are planning. We're going shopping for all of the stuff that my daughter needs for college. Because I have not done that. She's not working. I think she's working the next couple days, and then they gave her the rest of the time off to like stuff. She's packed up her room. Like, she has like boxes in her room and stuff. So it's a little.
Yeah.
And then we got to get her some stuff because we have a packing list and all that kind of good stuff. And
does she plan on coming home on the weekends or like some weekend?
Absolutely not. Maybe
really?
I think at first I don't think she will. I'm going to be honest. Yeah. She's ready to be on her own, but I definitely think maybe like the first month she might come a couple of weekends. But I don't. I'll be honest. I don't see it. She's very like ready to go. Like
yeah.
She's ready to be on her own and do her own thing. So she might not. I definitely know that I will be. Like I said, she's 14 minutes away from my job. I will.
Yeah.
I will be there. So
yeah.
She shouldn't have to come home. I will be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's pretty much what we're doing this whole weekend is just prepping for her because she moves in on Friday.
Nice. It's exciting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really have much going on this weekend either. What?
It's my anniversary this coming week.
Yeah, but like, next week, not this weekend. Are you going to celebrate this weekend though?
No.
Your anniversary is next Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. You're right. But that's, no.
You're looking too far in advance here.
There's really nothing going on this weekend except for shopping.
Nice.
Fun shop time.
I have a baby shower, and funny enough, a baby shower for somebody who's having their 4th child. So, yeah. But it's her first boy, okay. So I got some boy stuff, and I get to use like a boy like gift bag, and there's just been a lot of girls lately, I feel like, so it's like, and having a boy, I'm very like, I love having a boy and a girl, but like there was something so special just about my son, just in general. Maybe like whether he was a girl and just had the same demeanor, it would have been the same, but just like he is a great child, so
yeah,
very like partial to that.
Yeah, you're right. I love. Well, I don't have boys, so I don't know what that's like. But I'm gonna be honest. I never really liked doing shopping for boys.
I feel like, oh my god. I guess because I had a little brother.
For baby showers, I did not. I was like, oh god. And I went in, and everything looked the same. Like for girls, it's like there's such a plethora of different things.
Oh,
And
no.
it's like when you
Shopping.
have a baby shower for boys, and it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it's not as fun.
Yeah, no, 100%. Shopping for girls is 1,000 times better. Honestly, whoever makes boy clothes, like, just stop and, like,
Right, step
go
it
to,
up
like,
or
the
do something.
creative, yeah, do, like, a creative workshop or something and, like, rethink everything you're putting out there because there's really, like, there's nothing, especially right now in my son's age with, like, a 4 to 5 to 6 year old thing. You're, like, in between. And he's older, but he's smaller. So, like, right now he's super into Pokemon. So I actually went to Old Navy a couple days ago and I needed to get some stuff and he saw, like, a Pokemon shirt. But they had only an extra small, which is kind of like a 5 to 6, but it was a little too big on him. And I'm like, okay, let me just see if they have it in a 4T. They don't. Everything is like Paw Patrol. And I'm like, no,
Right.
he doesn't. I'm like, why does it have to do that? Like, can a 4-year-old or a smaller 5-year-old or even a smaller 6-year-old
Right.
just make
Think about the fact that
sizes?
children are all different sizes. All
Yeah.
different sizes. So you should make kids' clothes for all different sizes.
Yeah, it was just upsetting because I was like, oh man, he
Yeah.
really wants this, and his birthday party's like Pokemon themed, and I need to find like a shirt
Just
that
go
like fits
buy
him.
it and then wash
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It should shrink.
That's true.
Like, you know what I
Shrimp,
mean? Like,
yeah.
like a shrimp. It should shrimp. But it should shrink. And then it'll fit them.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Do you feel like I always make fun of you when you miss?
No, I love it because I say it. It's just, but yeah, that's what I would do. I'd buy it for them, throw it in the washer, throw it in the dryer, and let it
Yeah.
shrink a little bit, and then it'll fit them.
Yeah, I gotta take a look around. I didn't love that shirt anyway, so I wasn't like super sold on it. So, but we'll find a good one. But yeah,
I'm
I
a big
just-
fan of the graphic tees for kids. Like, I love
Yeah,
a good
I think they're
graphic
cute.
tee. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're cute. But yeah, I really don't have other than the baby shower, and then I'm getting a pedicure. And honestly, I booked a pedicure mostly because I have book club next week, and I'm only like 25% through this book, and I'm like, I need an hour by myself to read this book. So that's like my main reason that I'm booking this pedicure. I mean, obviously, I could afford to get my toes done too because it's
Right.
been a while, but like, yeah, I definitely need to read this book. Yeah, but other than that, that is all, and then we will see you next time.
Okay, bye.